One of my first missions at Comic-Con was tracking down our longtime friend Michael Kingston, one of the leaders in merging the geek worlds of wrestling and comic books. Since our first interview over a decade ago, Michael has been a fixture at cons, adding energy and some wrestling flair to his corner of the convention hall. I was able to find him, surrounded by some of my favorite wrestlers, past and present, putting over his newest comic book. Let's check out my interview after the intro.
We are here again with a face from Geeks with Issues Past. You might remember our old interview with Jerry the King Lawler. Of course, this is our old friend Michael Kingston.
How you doing? It's good to see you again.
So I got to ask you, the whole point of our show is what it means to be a geek in 2025.
Okay.
So I have to ask you right away, obviously you're a wrestling geek, obviously you've been into this whole thing for a long time. What's one thing you geek out about that people might not know about, a geek guilty pleasure?
Obviously I love comics. I don't really have a whole lot of space in my life for things that aren't wrestling or comics. I love Taylor Swift, Chapel Roan. I might be a pop girly. I'm not 100% sure.
That's all right.
I think I might qualify for that now.
So then I'll go the other way with it, and I'll go the obvious way. When was the first time you discovered pro wrestling? What was the first thing you ever saw that you loved?
So I've always been a night owl my whole life, and the first Saturday night's main event, I remember just kind of flipping channels and seeing the match was Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda, and Ricky Steamboat against Nikolai Volkov, the Iron Sheik, and George Animal Steel. George Animal Steel totally just captivated me as like an 8-year-old. I was just like, oh my god, what is this? And I probably watched wrestling every day since. That was what brought me to the table, right? And then over the years, my sort of taste has evolved and changed. I've always been a character.
I don't know if you ever realized that he was a college professor.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him?
I've met him a few times, yeah. And then unfortunately, I guess, as I got older, right, like I got a big roll in my neck and I got a hairy body, so I guess I was looking into the future. I didn't realize it. I thought I was watching TV and I was looking into the witch's eye. So.
Oh yeah, I thought I was gonna grow up looking like Shawn Michaels, and I'm looking more like the late Vader, so it's all good.
My name is actually Michael Shawn. My middle name is Shawn. So.
Oh, that's amazing. No Hickenbottom in there.
No. Dyslexic Shawn Michaels.
You've been coming to these things for how many years now?
We've been exhibiting since the very beginning, in 2007, 8.
So going along with our show and what it means to be a geek, would you say it's cool at this point to be a wrestling geek more than it was a few years ago? Where are we in that whole up-down cycle?
This is the only time in my life where wrestling has been so accepted. Like even when I was a kid, during the Hogan era and the Austin era, people still make fun of it. Everybody just kind of accepts it now. It's a real part of the culture in a way that it's never been. Really now the only people who really kind of give you a hard time are just like meatheads and whatever, Chaz.
Is there anything that you've seen at a convention that you think is the craziest thing you've ever seen?
I guess the craziest thing I've ever had happen to me at a convention was a guy tried to get me to be a part of his all-girl submission wrestling team. He never really was clear about how that would go about, being that I am not the girl nor versed in submission wrestling, but the pitch was made, and I just told him I wasn't down for it. There's part of me that wanted to just know more.
So tell me about your new success. By the way, congratulations on the new release of Vampiro, Rockabilly Apocalypse.
Yeah, this has been some of the most fun I've had making comics. It's, everybody always asks me to do wrestling stuff, and then Rash Republic asked me to do this. It's like I don't want any wrestling. So it's Vampiro as an underground rockabilly guitarist who hunts monsters after the show, and his guitar turns into a literal axe. And as you can see here, it's like a weapon. And then we've got lots of weirdness in it. Like I've been a fan of comics my whole life, so there's always ideas that I have that aren't applicable to wrestling. I've just been storing them. It's fun to be into this. There's a motorcycle gang of nuns chasing him with shotguns and whatnot. It's very
Holy royalty,
if you like Dust Till Dawn, you like royalty. So far right now the reviews have been 100% like overwhelmingly positive, which is great. So I hope people discover it, I hope people love it, and I hope they have as much fun reading it as I had reading it.
Well, I think it's cool, man. I think you're filling out wrestling's expanded universe. I think that's pretty cool.
Our our next book that's coming out is a book on co-creating with Gangrel about a guy that trains Bigfoot to wrestle in Portland in 1985 to save his family-owned promotion from getting swallowed up by the big incoming national juggernaut.
So we'll definitely have to follow up with you about that one, man. Thank you for your time.